Travis Wayne Goodsell. This is an I told you so video. Nobody likes to be told they were told so. And yet here we are. Warned all this year. All this year. And finally, today, it has been declared. War on the Mormons. So I have to dig through to find the pictures that I did at the beginning of the Trump administration about how Trump was declaring war against Mormons. Mormons didn't believe. Governor Cox was protecting Mormons and defying Trump. And you don't get what Cox was actually doing. See, they've already got the planes going around. Military planes over Utah, live from War Central at the front lines. See, Cox was thinking that he was helping the church by keeping the Mormon trans lefties in Utah refusing to deport them and having their insiders in Homeland, in the AG's office, in the FBI get exemptions and promoting Islam during all of this, giving them comfort and security, all on the blacklist of Trump, the hit list that I told you. He told us. You're not listening. I listen. I'm the perfect boyfriend. Where are the women? Right, I said I told you so. I could have fixed your problems and you didn't want them fixed. Stop driving me crazy. And so yes, all this year been doing the videos about how the church is defying Trump, Cox defying Trump, keeping Utah a sanctuary state, harboring terrorists, harboring illegals, harboring undocumented. Just did the video yesterday for probably today in which Governor Cox had 98 people sworn in as new citizens because Cox refused to obey Trump's orders and deport them back to the bleep hole country where they didn't come from. All this to defy Trump, to provoke Trump to come in and destroy Utah. And finally, with the Charlie Kirk assassination, they got the patsy to take the fall, and now Trump has declared war on Mormons. Caroline Leavitt, as I did previously, came out and yesterday and said that the earthquake that happened in Utah the day of Charlie Kirk's assassination was God's wrath on Mormons for allowing it to happen. And people are calling for the 3,000 to be locked up for being terrorists. And I've been trying the best I can to try to warn Mormons, to have them be prepared for what's coming, and trying to get through to Trump to say it's not the Mormons, it's the church. Don't come in and destroy Utah if you're not going to take down the church. Because then the church gets their kingdom back and you get assassinated. Been going over the decoded Book of Mormon with them to say, that's you. That's them killing you. You're not understanding. You're doing their will, and they're going to kill you for it. So that they get their kingdom, and you're dead. Do I need a Sharpie to explain this? He's not listening. He takes off to the UK. And so yes, everything that's happening, I told you the church is behind all of it. All of it. You're not listening. You couldn't possibly believe. And so I do the video. There you go. Criminal Organization 101. The criminal organizations in America patterned their administration after Brigham Young's church. It's not complicated. Just look at the pattern matches. Unbleepin' believable. So yeah, here we are. We got a Pennsylvania man who comes all the way out to try to attack the UVU for allowing Charlie Kirk to be assassinated. It's begun. That was just one person, but Trump declared war. This is it. This is why he was building it up. I warned, you didn't listen. I just want to get to Zion. Mormons don't want to go to Zion. The church is true. The prophets would never lead them astray. Their leak of oaks from 2020 isn't possibly interpreted the way it says it is. Jesus is real, he's coming. Where is he? Seriously. Let me write this down. I'm going to be too lazy to type it in again. Nephi 28. I'll just say 18. Make sure to get 14 at the top. So Joseph Smith warned you. Book of Mormon warned you. You're not listening. Oh, God. History. 1. Why is there a preface? We don't need a preface. Who the dumbass who programmed a preface for this? You don't do a preface for others. Oh my hell. So verse 40, second vision, talking about utter destruction and entirely wasted. Utterly wasted. Yeah, utterly destroyed, utterly wasted. So, you believe it's Jesus he's talking about from the Jewish scriptures about the Jewish Christ, whom Joseph Smith says is a Mormon. But the day had not yet come when Mormons who will not hear their Christ's voice shall be utterly destroyed from among the people. And then he gives you the date of when it's going to happen. From Joel. And here we are. So where's Jesus? Trump has declared war. People are already coming in to war with Mormons. People are already pissed that Mormons, the prosecution in Utah, and are all trying to claim that Tyler is mentally retarded. They're furious with you for this. They want blood. They're coming in to get it. You don't listen, you don't believe, so where's Jesus? You can't have him come in the midst of your death to save you. He's got to be there in advance. Where's Jesus? Church is true, isn't it? You've got strong feelings about it, don't you? Where's Jesus? We're not Christian. Jesus has a body of flesh and bones as tangible as man. Where's Jesus? So that you can follow his voice and be saved. Do you not get this? Why are you getting angry at me? You're the one that's about to die because I warned you. I'm the one that's warning you. Jesus failed to show, so I stepped up. Somebody had to do it. See, the church leaders are upset with me because they don't claim to have the right keys to be the head of the church, nor do they acknowledge that they have any of the gifts. They deny the gifts and the powers thereof. Seer, prophet, revelator, translator. So I did it. I've got the keys of Moses for the gathering. I've already demonstrated it during the gathering year. Remember that leak by Oaks? He called it a test run. It wasn't a test run for me. And so yes, I've been going over my visions and dreams, also in Joel, with the dates, of which are calendar dates and clock times for Revelation. Been going over those with you, going over the prophecies, adding a few of my own countdowns, right, Nelson? And in case you hadn't got it, 9/11 this year, even though he died on the 10th, yep, that's when all of America, or MAGA, decided to war against Mormons. So, yep, I warned you. And here you are. And translator, I've been doing that before I've been warning you. So even though they've deleted my stats, they haven't deleted my videos from the beginning. They took away the oldest, but they put it back. So you just go to my video page, click on oldest, and there you'll see a bunch of Hebrew and Egyptian stuff. All needs to be updated, but all right there for you. And so, yeah, there really isn't much more to talk about other than the day after. That's what I'm waiting for. And I'm not happy about it with the scriptures and what they're telling me I'm going to have to do. It piss me off, Mormons. Oh, good. I didn't have to type it. Just had to click back. So, talking about latter days, because people are making errors by being taught by the precepts of men, which are fallacy arguments, lies, instead of logical arguments, telling the truth and running scientific processes. And so they're having false doctrines being taught by the great and abominable church that holds Mormons in bondage. So if this is it, and Jesus failed to show, what church then would be preaching false doctrines and holding Mormons in bondage with tithing? How many hours do I need to give you until it finally clicks in your brain? You missed my church news video today too, didn't you? Oh my God. And so, verse 18, 2 Nephi 28. But behold, that great and abominable church, the whore of all the earth. I told you they were in charge of everything. Did you not believe me and not believe the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith? Must tumble to the earth, and great must be the fall thereof. Can you figure out why, Mormons? For the kingdom of the devil must shake, and they which belong to it must needs be stirred up unto repentance, or the devil will grasp them with his everlasting chains, and they be stirred up to anger, and bye-bye. So yes, you're not getting it. You think you're Christian. They don't believe you. You think you're MAGA. You think you're MAGA. They don't believe you. I told you this. My childhood white supremacist Christian nationalist born-again Christian peers. And you didn't want to believe and listen. They want you dead. So, I'll try to avoid not going over the day after. But it's the man like Moses who is the Jewish Christ. And Joseph Smith says he's Mormon. Book of Mormon says he's Mormon. He has the keys of Moses. And so the fall must happen. Just like Pharaoh, his kingdom fell. And then Pharaoh transferred authority to Moses. Just as Nelson, or the dream I had last year on 9/11, Irene, transfers authority. So that I then have the membership records and the call lists and the email lists to the church leaders around the world to call you to Zion. I warned you not to make this more complicated for me. If it were done my way, it would have been perfect. Perfect. You would have had nice cabins to go and stay in until we get the kingdom built. The cities of Zion and New Jerusalem. No bugs. But you're not listening. You have to be compelled to believe. And it's going to be a lot of heartache. A lot of little girls stuck in the back of the freezer truck. What the hell are you girls doing there? Make me cry. Because all day yesterday I was having a day vision of a little girl that got away from her single mom. And she was spending the day with me. Break my heart. Unbleeping believable. So, yeah, that's day after stuff. 19 July 1840. It's on Academia. You can download it or look at it from there for free. I got footnotes for you. Section 151 or 151, 101 verse 51, and then keep reading for the day after. Piss me off. And so you can see that also in 19 July 1840, which is a commentary of section 101 verse 51, and includes the other stuff after that. Also section 103 that he did on February 24th, little Lissa's birthday, in which he talks about the future man like Moses, and then he talks about him doing a pattern for the latter day man like Moses, which he already talked about in section 101 in the parable, and then commented on in 19 July 1840. So that it's not only Joseph's time. Joseph is a pattern preparing Mormons for the coming of the Mormon in the latter days to be the man like Moses. So, you'll notice that my Spirit Airlines was more accurate than you wanted to believe. Yep, the CEO is indeed Mormon. Oops, I warned Trump, he doesn't listen. D. Todd Christofferson can't figure out where I'm getting these gifts of seer, prophet, revelator, and translator of Paleo, Hebrew, and Egyptian from, because he doesn't have them. He's just a fixer for Jesus. And so, speaking about criminal extortion rackets, YouTube! And I know exactly why this is happening. And I told you in one of the videos today, probably the first one, that I recorded last night, which may be this video. So 2 nights ago. But yeah, I put it in red for you so that you can't miss what they're doing, and it's an extortion racket. So the background is that I told you, from 2023, the new CEO of YouTube was told to stop abusing women. So they began experimenting with AI and saying, no porn. program of no porn is a false positive output for women. Porn. Ban. I've told you repeatedly, many thousands of women's channels gone. And all of these women are trying to be influencers and doing try-on hauls to work with these companies who give them the products to advertise on YouTube. And then YouTube comes along and says, you can no longer obtain money for your porn. So the companies don't want to advertise on YouTube. Only Cyprus does with their AI crap to steal money from YouTube viewers. So now that they've been exposed by me, YouTube can't figure out why they're not generating more money. What happened? And so now, for all creators, not just me, they have now changed their algorithms, and I've saw it today. Dear God, you bastards. They purposely hesitate the leaking of your video as an incentive for you to go, where's my viewers? Where are they? Where I need viewers. Oh, promote. Okay, I'll pay you. And so yes, they're now telling us after we publish, click on publish, it pops up and says share a link, and that's the whole long list of stuff that I'm not on. And I don't even think it would allow for my website. I'd have to put in an extra special thing here for that. But and then promotion, boost your video views. Billing. You have to pay for YouTube to get your views. Bastards. I already busted you for being owned and operated by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And now you pull this crap? This is an extortion racket, YouTube. You're a criminal organization just like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who are your owners. And so sure enough, YouTube's new extortion racket. You are free to choose how much you are willing to pay to obtain the views you deserve. All proceeds will give 10% to YouTube's boss, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dear God, guys. Don't listen. So let's wrap it up. That's it. Civil war has started. Civil war against Mormons. I warned Mormons. You didn't listen. Now you're all going to die and you're going to make me cry. Little girls are locking themselves in freezer trucks. Dear God. So, Melania, after doing the show with her new fancy dress, porn on YouTube, was banned on YouTube. As Trump went solo for the rest of the trip. She had stayed with the Queen, I guess. Whether she came home with Trump or not, I don't know. So, the art of war. I warned you about communications. When communications go down, be warned, war is imminent. So war has been declared, and guess what? Communications are going down. Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, gone. As Trump, in declaring war, is also threatening to take away the licenses of all the libtard press. Yep, and they're all not getting it. They're just still playing dumb. They know it's coming. I know it. They know it's coming. They used to report on it. Here we go. And so, yeah, you're going to see it immediately. CNN, MSNBC, and NBC, they're pretty much together, even though MSNBC is now becoming fake news media. MS Now, what the hell? Opinion only. But who else is there? I mean, there's the others. PBS, they got rid of PBS, even though PBS is suing to try to get back. But and NPR, I guess, is also part of that or something like that. But yeah, they're going to get rid of all of them. If they are not going to be like Fox, and even News Nation, I think it was, sued Fox for not being hardcore enough for Trump. I'm not sure how that went. We might have months before we find out. And so yes, it's everybody on the list. Let me go over it for you again, since maybe now you're listening. Now you're scared and you're curled up in a ball, crying, the church is true, the church is true, the church is true. So, veterans. Which means you are a loser. Trump doesn't like loser veterans who get wounded. Did you not pay attention? Democrats. Democrat press. LGBTQ. Blacks. All people of color. Islam. All other religions than the evangelical version of Carolyn Levitt. Only her religion. Not even Pence's religion anymore. You remember the fight between Pence's Jesus versus Buttigieg's Jesus? And it's now coming out that Harris wanted Buttigieg for vice president. God. Still wouldn't have mattered. And so yes, Mormons are included in this list. So yes, it happened. Here we are. The poor and the homeless. Brian Kilmeade. Can't we just kill the homeless? It's coming. You didn't want to learn from Nazi Germany, so here we are. And I don't want to cry, so I've got Hail to the King instead of Edelweiss. But probably should. Cry. And You know SNL will never make it to start up a new season this year now, right? Even if we do somehow survive and get to the opening new season for SNL, they'll be immediately canceled. And thus KSL for having them on. Owned and operated by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And so all the undocumented. And so with naturalized, yeah, they also have to go because their parents were undocumented. You're getting a free ride illegally. And so likewise, all the 98 that became new citizens, nope, you were illegal, you were supposed to be deported. So yes, all new citizens, illegal, you were supposed to be deported. So all naturalized, all new citizens who did not get deported like they were supposed to be. And Asian, even though the racial slur says that they're yellow, no. Nonetheless, you know, the drunks are the ones that are more yellow with the bile disease from the liver. I don't remember. Jaundice, even though it's more orangish. Maybe that's what Trump has. Maybe he doesn't do makeup. He just has jaundice. But he doesn't drink. So what could it be from? It's not from Diet Coke. He's now switched over to sugar in Diet Coke rather than aspartame, which is a brain killer. Moving on. And so all of the elderly, all those who are physically disabled, and if you're mentally disabled, yeah, no, you're a libtard. Lefty. They're not gonna go along with that. And so yeah, Trump's gonna put in asylums in every single state so that the Nazi concentration camps of human experimentation will commence. So yeah, if you want to be mentally retarded, yeah, go right ahead. They'll put you in those. Start up conversion therapy again and the other human experimentations that they did to the Jews, because you didn't want to learn from history. You got your information from TikTok, as Jews were the bad guys. And they're the bad guys in Israel. You know, not listening. Not getting it. And yeah, the remaining women will be forced into trad wives. All states have to be MAGA states. They'll be vassals to Trump. And so they'll all be giving money to Trump while he sits on his throne and does rallies on a regular basis. And when he does die, he will not die. They'll just make an AI of Trump to be Big Brother. We'll just repeat some of his old hits. You'll never know. You didn't listen to him then. And so yeah, the federal government will be completely shut down. No government agencies in the federal government, and so no funding for any of the states. All states have to run themselves. Their own economy, their own governance, and it has to be MAGA. And you have to give tribute to Trump. That's how it's supposed to be. So your own economy. And so that's why the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints keeps failing to assassinate Trump this year also, defying Trump's orders to get Trump to come in and deport all that are on this list because it's in section 119. You don't want to read it. Don't want to believe it. And so yeah, the latest attack was, sure enough, Spirit Airlines. crash into the Air Force One. The Mormon CEO. That's just, nobody's listening. Don't get it. Why? I've proven myself 1 billion times over the 8 years and 8.9K videos, and Mormons still want to deny? Oh, God. So, they're saying Antifa. That's everybody on that list. Anti-fascist. Everybody on this list is anti-fascist. Antifa. Don't listen to the deep state Dem press who are trying again to tell you that's not what Trump means. He only means the real hardcore criminals. It's everybody on the list. You're not listening. And so martial law, Walmart, McCarthy hearings are back again, blacklists, firings in Hollywood, accusations for arresting, no evidence needed, just frame and blame, lock them up and put them away in the concentration camps and in the asylums. Spying will be all over the place for social behavior control, just like in China, on their cell phones. Exactly what the church was doing with the Strengthening Church Members Committee. You're not listening, but this is what happens, the art of war. You first send in the spies to live among the people, and you get them to divide into two main groups to do battle with each other, and if you get subgroups within each to do battle and destroy them, and then rise up with a new, purposely done to cause confusion, chaos, fighting within the enemy. And then, right before you've completely confused everybody by changing definitions of words, then you cut off communication. The press starts disappearing, getting closed down, locked up, just like in China and Hong Kong. And late night comedy, where we get our news from. And then boom, invasion. So yes, they've already called for the invasion. They're already shutting people down and silencing people and censoring people and firing people. It's just gonna get worse. And then boom. So some of the other stuff. Israel. Yeah, they're also doing the same thing with Gaza. They told them in advance, we're coming in. This is a war zone. If you are innocent, as you want to claim you are, you need to leave. News never covers this correctly. So they stay to protect Hamas, who's holding hostages. So Israel's coming in. They're still trying to give advance warning. And so sure enough, as they came in this time, they cut off communications. Art of war. You don't mess with Israel. So yeah, the Arab nations are now, they got Pakistan to join them to war against Israel. Because the Bible has to be proven Christian true. For all nations to be gathered against the Jews in Israel, not the Mormons in Salt Lake City. But that too. Did not see how that worked out. See, Christians all believe everybody's going to be against the Jews in Israel. to war against them. Ta-da! But not a single Christian, not a single Islamist believe that the Bible is referring to Mormons. That's only Joseph Smith. And yet, who's been true? Without it being forced. Like Jerusalem. So, yeah, it's just not going to be good. And then, yeah, oh God, KSL. Because of the art of war tactic to lie, to cause confusion, to have a false dichotomy contention in the land, and then boom, cut off communications, have a communication blackout. So yeah, you saw this with Charlie Kirk's assassination. They're calling for a blackout of the internet. It's too violent. We need to black out the internet. We need to black out the press for covering this violence. So yep, KSL. They got their little girls group going, and how it'd be so much fun to put down our cell phones and shut off the internet and shut off the news. And I don't think either of them realized how they fell right into the abusive tactic from my childhood peers of white supremacist Christian nationalist born-agains who called women dumb blondes. They got the news calling for a blackout of communications. Just live in denial. Just ignore it. Hope it goes away. Oh my God. I warned Mormons about this. You've got the underwear that everybody's laughing at you for. So they come into Utah, you're not watching the news, you have no clue why everybody's coming to Utah. Oh, is there a sporting event that I'm not watching because I'm not on my cell phone anymore to know what's going on in the news? And so they come up to you with weapons, and they see you're wearing the underwear. And you're going, hey, have you heard about the Book of Mormon? And then boom, you're dead. The church set you up. So, yeah, KSL making you feel good about the blackout. They're also telling Utah parents threatening Utah parents to ban cell phones and the internet and news from kids. You will be held to blame if your kid learns about what's coming. Is that it? We done yet? New York Democrats in government arrested. It's begun. Went over Trump's hit list with you. Had to dig it out from the pile. And yeah, also what's coming. If they don't shoot you, they'll do what they did to the black man in Mississippi. Home from a tree. So you're going to see a lot more of that. Assuming that we won't have a news blackout anytime soon. All for social behavior control. Psychology, Nazi Germany, World War II 101. Thanking their American liberators. And so the reverse will also happen. The church forced Trump out of Chicago. Chicago was all ready to fight. But in Pennsylvania, you're going to see a lot more of this type of thing also, where the police department, now ICE, are going to be brought into an ambush. Civil war, it has begun. It has begun. So, yeah. What's up with everybody watching Nelson as a translator? Why? Why YouTube? Why that one? You do know he's not a translator? I'm mocking him for failure? Why that one, YouTube? Why? Why? Alrighty. So yeah, we really don't have much. I gotta figure out, I guess I can do, well, no, it would have to be Trump declaring war. So, alrighty. This could be my last video. Because you didn't believe and listen. All the church has to do is confess, yeah, we're the enemy. And we're willingly giving the church away so that you guys can go to Zion. Travis was right the whole time. We were trying to torture him, to shut him up, and murder him so that you guys would all die, and we failed, so just go. And then they'll flee to a non-extradition country where all the offshore bank accounts are. It's both Idaho Chick and Paul commented on that one. It's not enough. I was being liberal with the total amount of asset value.